Steve, welcome. It's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
It's a little bit of a welcome back home for you, a little bit of a homecoming. I'm going to share a little bit of context because I can't make this up. So bear with me for 1 minute. So you went to Northwestern for grad school, went on to BCG, played a key role in the launch of Orbitz.com. Then in 2004, you went to start Kayak, founded it. 2012, you went public. That's right. Valued at over $1 billion. Well done. I think within a year, you sold to Booking for over $2 billion. And then I'm pretty sure Booking stock like doubled or tripled pretty quickly after.
It's gone up by 8 times. Yeah.
8 times. So
it's been a good ride.
I think in Las Vegas parlance, you're on the heater of all heaters. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
It's a
Appreciate it.
Ride. And a lot of people don't stick around after that, but you still are leading Kayak and driving innovation in the industry, and we appreciate the views that you bring. So something still drives you to stick around. So my first question for you is, based on the quote you shared a year ago, you came out and said, online travel still sucks. That was the quote. So there's something that we're not doing yet that, when you started in this journey, you thought we could do. So what is that, and how do we get better?
Well, does anyone enjoy booking their airline tickets and hotel rooms and stuff today? I don't think so. I mean, look, it's been 25 years I've been in the business. Yeah, we made a successful migration from airline ticket offices and offline travel agents to booking online. But, price comparison, it's getting more difficult, not less. I'm hopeful that the newest rise in agentic AI helps close that gap, but it's early days. And all the things we're talking about building here at ATPCO in terms of product offers and dynamic pricing and all that stuff, it's just going to make it worse, actually, in terms of how it's implemented. So we're eager to be part of the solution on that, and I'm eager to see where all this AI stuff goes too.
Great segue into two topics I think we're obligated to talk about it in any industry event, NDC and AI. So maybe I'd love to get your candid remarks on NDC. How do you think we're doing?
Yeah, well, I mean, the first thing I think you need to do is change the acronym, because I think we launched our first NDC partnership in 2016. So the N is kind of rearview mirror. We've got 10 airlines live. We've got 16, another 6 that are in queue. It's a remarkable feature set of tools. What's unclear to me is how do we actually communicate that to end users, to consumers, in a way that's digestible? Because right now we see it on Kayak, they're just overwhelmed. So when we deploy a lot of like universal product attributes and stuff like that, it adds complexity to the booking process, which a lot of consumers find overwhelming.
It is a lot of content, and the emergence of agentic AI is being speculated is going to have even more disruption. So two things I'd love to hear your point of view on around this agentic AI movement. First one is the speculation about the massive growth in shopping demand. Just a consumer is going to go to their agent. They're going to say, book me a trip to London. I want to stay at a hotel for 3 nights with 2-star Michelin dinners. Set this up for me. These agents are just going to keep hitting websites looking for content and deals. Look-to-book ratios could suffer. So the first part of the question is how do you believe the online marketplace is going to manage that growth? And the second is really a concern about your displays. If the consumer is now asking the agent to do all the work, your investment in these great visuals to help tell the story are at risk. How do you think about those two things?
Yeah, sure. Look, I mean, let's start with the first one, just the compute required to satisfy all the shopping behavior. I think that one's relatively easy to solve because you have a few central repositories of all the data, and you rely on caches. And then you look at user behavior, you say, okay, well, who do I show? They're close to actually the booking window. They're probably high conversion. I'm going to show them the freshest, latest, greatest stuff. I'm going to go ahead and take that computing power and divert it to them. Other folks, you can serve them day old bread, right? Give them cache data. It might be good enough. So you'll figure that out with big data over time. The shopping experience. So where is the consumer going to interact with your products and services? I think that, just like we've seen in past technology transitions, the newest cohort of people are going to probably start and stay within the surface of ChatGPT or Google Gemini, et cetera. Fewer and fewer people will be going to websites directly, particularly as these agents get better. So, I envision a world where, a lot of third-party websites cease to exist in terms of material traffic? Yeah. But, if people are used to using Delta or Booking.com or even Kayak, you're still going to get some people who go to those sites. But if ChatGPT does a great job and you can have your own account and logins, et cetera, payment, you're going to stay there.
How do you think, how do you think Kayak reacts to that? How do you compete in that kind of marketplace?
We're still trying to figure it out, honestly. So our strategy right now is to make our own apps the best flavor of Kayak, but also to make sure that all of our feature sets are available to Perplexity and Anthropic and ChatGPT, et cetera, even to Gemini. So we're trying to find our place in the world. We're launching the Kayak flavor of our AI experience very, very shortly this week, actually. So we'll see.
I know you've mentioned in the past you're talking to several of these AI engines directly, trying to figure out where this is going. How responsive have they been to the kind of the needs of the online travel marketplace?
Well, everyone likes to talk about travel and even like restaurant reservations and ticket events because it's such a natural application of where this AI should work, and there's clear consumer demand for it. All of them are also just being, besieged by companies trying to figure out how to partner with ChatGPT or Perplexity and those guys. So it's a little difficult to get mind share, but it's okay for Kayak because we're part of BHI. So everyone wants to talk to BHI. So we get our shelf space in those conversations. But it's going to be the development cycle and the rapidity of which there's changes being made. It's awesome. Just quick show of hands. How many people have used Operator on ChatGPT? Not that many. It's the whole idea of visiting a website yourself when you can rely on ChatGPT Operator to go do it for you asynchronously. It's really cool. It's really remarkably cool.
Very powerful. So if you had a crystal ball, thinking back on your journey from Orbitz to now, and you think about the impact online travel had on the traditional travel agency model on Main Street, do you think the AI's impact to the online travel marketplace will be more or less disruptive to online travel than online travel was to the Main Street travel agency?
I hope it's more disruptive because, the one part that's still broken in the system is customer service, right? So I think we've kind of figured out online booking. We've figured out payment, but if something goes awry on your trip, it's still a little clunky to fix it. AI agents should be able to fix that, which will put a lot of people out of work, right? But nobody here likes talking to humans when you have something broken. Being able to have an AI agent fix that for you across multiple itineraries, regardless of where you booked, is going to be a pretty stellar experience.
Huge opportunities for this industry with the level of disruption we face. So
yeah, wouldn't it be great if we could all take customer service costs off of our P&Ls?
From a customer experience standpoint, I think customer satisfaction would improve dramatically if we could automate and simplify.
Yeah.
When things go wrong. But beyond price, what elements do you think do help in the conversion to help customers make the most informed decision, or is Kayak's view that it's just price and...
No, it's not just price. We were one of the first companies out there to put fare bundles next to each other on the main display, and we had to spend a lot of time in user groups figuring out what's the right amount of information to present to somebody to enable them to make intelligent cross-shopping decisions. So we're not price focused. We show baggage, we show seat selection, we show all that stuff in a way that hopefully consumers can find digestible. It's just that most folks who are using Kayak, again, it's what brand, what time, what price, and then am I bringing bags on or not? Do I need seat selection? So pretty I'd say, base level considerations.
So the Kayak customers, they're interested in the details around flight amenities and the ticket experience. The visuals are less important for that.
Yeah. But certainly after they make a conversion, after they click out or after they make a purchase, those are great times to educate them to do something different.
Okay. Maybe building off of that, in 2019, you launched Kayak for Business.
Yeah.
New marketplace for you, one that I think most people didn't think that the meta search business would really target. Congratulations on the recent announcements. I think Deloitte and PwC are your newest customers. How's that experience in terms of what you provide in the shopping display, the same or different than your leisure customer?
Yeah, so like our K for B, anyone use this? Customers? No. Okay, that's good because we're only targeting big enterprise clients. Look, the K for B is simply Kayak on steroids for big corporate accounts, and we still don't provide the customer service. We partner with agencies for that, but there's less and less customer service that those agencies need. And what we're basically doing is taking costs out of the system and ingesting corporate policies, approval processes, et cetera. We've gotten rid of credit cards, we've gotten rid of expense reporting, and it's just a great product. And without a sales force, we've gotten 2 of the top 10 biggest U.S. accounts to sign up for us. So the growth prospects for the business are very, very good.
Pretty impressive start. In terms of the content you share with them, is it any different than what leisure consumers see? Or
absolutely, it's the best of both worlds. If you have corporate negotiated rates or they're in the Kayak display, we partner with a lot of suppliers. Many of you in the room to get access to that. The settlements straightforward. So it's we actually had Southwest in our K for B tool before we had them on the leisure site.
That's been a big change in the last probably 18 months is Southwest moving back into the online distribution channels.
Many more changes ahead for them, but they're on it.
Congratulations on that. Well, talked a little bit about your journey. You have been part of or experienced some of the biggest disruptions in the travel of this century. The birth of online distribution, 9/11, COVID, now AI. What's been the hardest thing for you and for Kayak to remain relevant through all this disruption that you've either created or kind of had to deal with?
Yeah, I think disruption is like an overrated word. There's been a great evolution in the travel business over time, facilitated by technology, and we're in another phase of that now. And for ATPCO has been around for 60 years, which is amazing. Kayak's been around now for 20 years. I think what makes both companies successful is it's cultural, which is you need to have people who want to stay curious and who are willing to try new things. And what you did yesterday and what you may do tomorrow are totally different. So we've been fortunate to stay innovative, to stay a startup. BHI, even though they own us, let us do our own thing. And we're very excited about agentic AI because Kayak's great for comparing prices. It's always been kind of crappy at actually booking something because we had to hand you off, and it's been basically non-existent for customer service once you booked if you had to make a change your trip. Agentic AI should help us solve both of those. So we're very, very eager to get after it.
Well, speaking of agentic AI, we've got a lot of leaders in this room who are trying to figure out where that's going to go. Based on your experience, what's the best piece of advice you could give them on how they should be thinking about and dealing with this?
It's evolving so rapidly. Partner with all the folks, have a conversation with all the folks. Don't sign any long-term deals. And then we carved out a single team to just go after that and let them create their own new experience, et cetera. We didn't put any preconditions or limitations on what they could try to achieve. And I recommend you do the same thing at your organizations. Set them free.
A lot of test and learn, fail fast.
Yeah, I prefer succeed fast to fail fast, but if you're going to fail, let's cut our losses quickly.
Very helpful. Well, I've got one last question for you, a little off topic here. On my flight over to Chicago, I watched the movie Air. It's about the behind-the-scenes story of how Air Jordan became, Nike's big go-to product. Starred Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. So we got a room full of people who are steeped in airline industry history. The two things we want to know: when is the based on a true event story of the founding of Orbitz going to become a movie? And the second question is, who plays Steve Hafner? Who plays Alex Zoglin? Who plays Jeff Katz in the movie?
Oh, interesting. Well, first question is, I don't think anyone's going to make that movie because no one wants to see anything about the founding of Orbitz, given that Orbitz is kind of an also ran now. It was a great time. So Alex Zoglin, who, the CEO of ATPCO, was actually the founding CTO of Orbitz, and Jeff Katz was the CEO. In terms of actors, so gosh, for Alex, it's probably going to be like Seth Rogen. For Jeff Katz, he's not going to like this, but maybe Kevin Spacey. And then for me, I don't know, Chris Helmsworth, Brad Pitt, someone like that.
I set you up well for that one. I do think I think the movie would do well. BlackBerry did something similar. I think there's a lot of people be interested in what actually went on behind the scenes, working with the airlines, trying to solve some problems that we couldn't do before. But I think we would really value that. Steve, we appreciate you making the trip back to Chicago to spend some time with us. We appreciate your insights, and we're looking forward to seeing where your adventure takes you next. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody. Yeah.